Unlocking the Power of Smell: How Olfactory Processing Impacts Autism and ADHD. The sense of smell is one of the most fascinating, yet often underestimated ways humans perceive the world. While we're quick to talk about the power of sight or hearing, smell quietly works in the background, shaping our emotions, memories, and even behaviors. But did you know that for people with autism and ADHD, the way the brain processes scent, also known as olfactory processing, can take on a completely different dimension? For some, sensory sensitivities around smell can profoundly impact daily life, from feeling overwhelmed by strong odors to using calming scents as an emotional anchor. In this video, we'll dive deep into the connection between smell and neurodivergence. Here's your guide to understanding how olfactory processing works, why it's different for individuals with autism and ADHD, and how unlocking the power of smell can improve quality of life. You might not notice it at first, but your sense of smell plays a major role in how you experience the world. Smell connects directly to brain regions responsible for processing memory and emotions, making it a powerful sensory tool. Think of a time you caught a whiff of fresh-baked cookies or a particular perfume. It likely brought vivid memories to life or triggered a strong emotional response. But smell isn't just about pleasant memories. It also acts as an internal alert system, warning us of potential dangers like smoke or spoiled food. In more nuanced ways, it even affects our behaviors, like the unexplainable allure of some scents and the repulsion toward others. Despite its significance, many of us take smell for granted, often prioritizing sight or hearing as the dominant senses. We rarely think about how smell informs how we feel and interact with environments, until something goes wrong. Olfactory processing becomes even more intriguing when we take a closer look at sensory differences in people with autism and ADHD. For people with autism or ADHD, sensory perception is often different from what neurotypical individuals experience. Sensory sensitivity can vary widely, appearing on two distinct ends of the spectrum. On one side, heightened olfactory sensitivity may make certain smells overwhelming, even intolerable. On the other end, some neurodivergent individuals experience diminished sensitivity. This muted perception might leave certain smells unnoticed, interfering with social cues or other sensory experiences, such as detecting spoiled food. Both heightened and diminished olfactory sensitivities can lead to practical challenges. Imagine struggling to enjoy a meal because of one dominant smell on your plate, or being unable to focus in social situations due to distracting environmental odors. Smell impacts far more of daily life than we realize, and for neurodivergent individuals, navigating a world filled with unpredictable and often intense smells can be a daunting experience. The connection between the sense of smell and the brain is nothing short of remarkable, especially when exploring how it functions in relation to autism and ADHD. At the heart of olfactory processing is the olfactory bulb, which receives information from scent receptors and plays a crucial role in interpreting odors. The olfactory bulb is connected to the limbic system, often referred to as the brain's emotional processing center, and the prefrontal cortex, where decisions and logical thinking occur. For neurotypical individuals, this processing system runs smoothly, turning external scents into logical responses. However, research suggests that in neurodivergent individuals, this process might differ due to unique brain structures or connections. This insight suggests an altered way of experiencing the world through smell, one that makes certain scents more prominent and impactful. Understanding this neurological basis opens the door to developing personalized sensory strategies that fit the unique needs of individuals with autism and ADHD. Scents don't just exist as neutral background stimuli, they evoke powerful emotional and cognitive responses. For neurodivergent individuals, these responses can take on heightened importance. Smells like lavender or vanilla, for example, might help some individuals feel calm and manage anxiety. These comfort scents are widely recognized for their soothing properties. On the other hand, overwhelming or unexpected smells can easily trigger sensory overload in those with heightened sensitivity. Creating predictable sensory environments can play a major role in emotional balance. Knowing which smells a person finds comforting or distressing can guide family members, educators, or caregivers in shaping reassuring routines. For people with autism and ADHD, These predictable olfactory patterns help create a sense of stability in an otherwise overwhelming sensory world. The awareness of olfactory differences isn't just interesting science. It has real-world implications for interventions and solutions. Here are some practical ways the power of smell can enhance the lives of neurodivergent individuals. Therapeutic scents for calming and focus. Essential oils like lavender for relaxation or citrus for energy can be used as tools to self-regulate emotions. Essential oils like lavender for relaxation or citrus for energy can be used as tools to self-regulate emotions. Tailored olfactory profiles. By identifying the specific scents a person finds comforting or distressing, caregivers or educators can better design therapy or learning environments. Comfort scents as coping mechanisms. Familiar smells, like a favorite scented pillow or the smell of home, can provide emotional grounding during stressful moments, helping individuals manage transitions or new experiences more successfully. Creating sensory-friendly spaces. Fragrance-free environments could be helpful for individuals highly sensitive to odors. Public spaces, schools, and workplaces can become more inclusive by reducing strong scents that could overwhelm neurodivergent individuals. By implementing these practices, families, professionals, and even broader communities have the opportunity to transform lives, fostering environments where sensory needs are respected. Before we dive deeper into solutions, it's important to acknowledge the very real challenges that individuals with autism and ADHD often face when navigating olfactory sensitivities. One major issue is sensory overload. Strong or conflicting odors in public settings, like crowded restaurants, workplaces, or transit systems, can become overwhelming and lead to heightened anxiety or distress. Imagine trying to focus in a room where different food smells, perfumes, or cleaning products are competing for attention. In addition to this, societal expectations can often ignore these sensitivities. Perfume use, air fresheners, or scented hygiene products are considered normal, but for someone with olfactory sensitivity, these can easily be triggers. Without broader awareness, neurodivergent individuals might feel isolated or misunderstood when trying to express their discomfort. Add to this the challenge of not always having access to supportive tools or understanding professionals, and it becomes clear that more advocacy and education around olfactory processing differences are needed. To better understand how these sensitivities play out in real life, let's explore some personal stories. One parent shared how their autistic child struggled to eat lunch at school because the cafeteria smells were too overpowering. The child described it as feeling like they were eating the smell, making it impossible to enjoy the food on their plate. Another individual with ADHD noted how the smell of coffee helped them focus during tasks, acting as a kind of mental anchor. This simple routine became a daily tool for productivity. These stories remind us that while olfactory sensitivities can pose challenges, they can also provide opportunities for creative, personalized solutions. Understanding olfactory processing and its impact on autism and ADHD is an important step toward creating more inclusive and supportive environments. Here's how we can collectively work toward this change. Advocate for awareness. Whether you're a parent, teacher, or employer, promote conversations about sensory needs. Advocate for inclusivity in schools, workplaces, and public spaces. Make spaces accessible. Eliminate unnecessary scented products in public areas and offer fragrance-free alternatives wherever possible. Offer tools for self-regulation. Introduce neurodivergent individuals to calming, energizing, or familiar scents that can serve as tools for managing emotions and focus. By understanding and celebrating these sensory differences, we can all play a role in improving the quality of life for neurodivergent individuals. The sense of smell may often take a backseat to other senses, but for those with autism and ADHD, it plays an extraordinary role in shaping how they navigate the world. From understanding sensory sensitivities to exploring practical interventions, we've seen how olfactory processing can impact everything from emotions to daily routines. As we become more aware of these sensory nuances, we open doors for more inclusive, compassionate support systems. Smell is more than just a sense. It's a key tool that, when understood, can help neurodivergent individuals thrive in a world that often overlooks their needs. So, the next time you catch a familiar scent, Let it remind you of the power and potential that lies within this overlooked sensory detail. Together, we can unlock the power of smell and create a more understanding world for everyone.